European leaders have so far failed to reach an agreement on an import ban on Russian oil. Here's more on what a European energy embargo would mean for Russia's state budget.
Putin's war chest is supposed to shrink under the current sanctions. But there's a problem.
Revenues are higher than they've been for ages.
That's because of the rise in oil and gas prices. But if you take a closer look, you will see not all oil is equal.
Russian oil is a political hot potato right now. Demand for oil from other sources is growing rapidly because people are worried about getting burned by Russian oil.
Many countries want to drop Russian oil. Germany plans to stop imports by the end of the year. The EU is negotiating for that too, and the US is pulling out. As Western democracies withdraw as buyers, what does that mean for Russia? Can't it just sell its oil to China?
Russia's entire energy infrastructure was built around 5 decades ago, in the Soviet era, for its main markets in Europe. So the entire network and the pipelines are mostly directed west.
Transporting oil by ship is also problematic because shipbuilders and insurance companies don't want ties with Putin either. And the journey is longer and more expensive because really big tankers can't pass through the Suez Canal. But tankers can be used to dodge sanctions.
They might ship the oil out onto the ocean, but then transfer it to another ship. It's a way of passing under the sanctions radar, or sailing under it.
Selling oil directly from ship to ship in international waters is a ploy to disguise the origin of the oil and to evade sanctions.
Well, the EU is in the final stages of implementing a ban on imports of Russian oil. It's a dramatic shift in policy for the bloc, and it won't come without consequences. About 12% of Germany's oil comes from Russia, and nearly all of it flows through one refinery on the German-Polish border, providing thousands of jobs. DW reporter Matthew Moore went to the refinery in Schwedt, northeast of Berlin, to gauge local reactions to the potential ban.
Another busy day at the PCK oil refinery. But these are anxious times. The plant is the final hurdle on the road to a German ban on Russian oil. It could bring an end to decades of production. Jens Kuppen, a local MP who himself worked at the plant, says it would be an act of self-harm.
We need to ask, what do I want to achieve by doing this if I end up weakening myself and society as a whole? And that's what I'm doing. Then I can't help others either, no matter how bad the situation is. But I can't just take action for the sake of it. I have to look very carefully. Who do I want to target?
The government is scrambling to find alternative oil sources to keep this plant in operation, including over rail and road. Skeptics say that is no match for Moscow's black gold. Perhaps no place better encapsulates Germany's energy predicament than the oil refinery behind me. Every day, tens of thousands of tons of crude Russian oil arrive in pipes. That crude oil is then refined and sent out to the wider region, fueling gas stations, aeroplanes and much more. The plant sustains 3,000 jobs, and people here say that an oil embargo would devastate not just those jobs, but the wider economy. Earlier this week, Germany's energy minister said the refinery in Schwedt would be safe.
The clear message of the government is that the site should be kept, that we will develop a future capable industry, so the embargo against Russian oil is not causing the lights to go out in this region.
Despite the concerns of economic upheaval, there are other local MPs who say an embargo can be managed.
Everything must be done for the aggressor to stop the war, for this war to end. And for that, we will all have to make sacrifices. I see it the same way, I know that. And such an embargo also means making certain sacrifice, but knowing full well that we, as the Federal Republic, always try to balance things out or offer solutions.
In the old town, locals fear the city's fortunes will live or die with the refinery.
It would be a catastrophe for Schwedt. I spent my life working in the refinery, and many others are working there now. It's very important for Schwedt.
Everyone wants to help and everyone will help, but losing your job is not easy.
We don't know what our government wants to achieve, because in the end it won't stop Putin.
As Europe strives to wean itself off Russian oil, Schwedt stands as a reminder that punishing Putin will almost certainly mean pain at home.